Hey YouTube, it's your girl Jamina Love back with another video. Welcome back, welcome back. How are you doing, my busy bees? Staying busy? Keeping it sexy? Always. Well, I am feeling green with envy today. Not literally. Honestly, I just feel like I needed to use. Where did she go? Don't you hate that? You put something down and then it just all of a sudden disappears. It's probably sitting right in front of me and I just need to take a second and look. So let me take a second and look and stop having you guys bubble around. And it's right here in my face, like I said. I am doing another, let's go back to a palette. See if we're going to keep it, declutter it type, with that series that I said I'm going to give you another chance. So, or am I just keeping you for the nostalgia? This is my very first ever Storybook Cosmetics Robin Hood. I got this in my BoxyCharm, and she's so beautiful. I've only used it once, and I was like, you know what? It is time to bust her out and give her a chance and do something glamorous. Why not? Why not? I mean, you're all here for it. I'm here for it. Let's do something glamorous. So, I have seen a few different eye looks, and none of them appeal to me because I'm my own person. But the techniques do appeal to me. So I'm going to put powder under my eye because my foundation is on. And I'm using the Becca foundation with the primer for the first time actually with combined. But this has been like the third or fourth time since I won the Becca. And the girl's thick. She's thick. But with the primer, I like it. I like it a lot. I might as well just cut this too while we're here. Let that just bake while I'm doing the best, you know? And this is like my spot where I get sweaty. It is 110 degrees, so your girl is trying to protect all parts of this right now. So to start, we're gonna grab something a little bit precision, like this, a stiff dome shader brush. And I wanna go into this orangey shade that's up here in the top and put that all in my first 1/3 of the eye. I just feel like being really bright with that would be a good start. You know, instead of trying to start from the outer, because I mean smoky eyes are great from the outer corner, don't get me wrong, but it's hard to get that color payout that you want in that first 1/3 if you've got all the darkness blending in first. So now when I first used this palette, I did not ever touch this color, and I don't know if you can see it because I can't see it. Not even in real life. Like I can see a little bit. That's why I'm still kind of like building her up. I don't see it the way I want to see it. But that's what these tests are for, right? To see am I just keeping it for the nostalgia, or because if that's so, you can go into the vault and never be touched. I can actually shrink wrap it closed, and if I get some shelves or something to put behind me, I can put it on display without feeling like the shadows themselves are being contaminated or ruined, and the book cover won't be ruined. Because right now I keep it in a baggie because there was no, all it came with was literally a mirror cover. So that's pretty, but it's light. It's very, very light. Very, very muted for me, but it's not muted to the palette. It's true to color in the palette. See? So that's true to color on my skin from the palette. So I can't complain about that. Gotta stop. Can't complain. Can't complain all the time, girl. Please forgive me if you guys are rocking and rolling too much. I need to tighten up my stand here because all I'm doing is using a color switch, because I will be using my brushes a couple of times. Alright, so I'm going to go into this one that's similar but a little fluffier. And I'm going to go into that leather light transition shade, and I'm going to put that under the brow. Just, and all over actually, I should just bring it down just to have that to blend, something to adhere to when I'm ready to blend out the whole eye. That's my idea, my method of madness today, is thinking that if I put a little here and put a little there, then maybe she'll come out the way you thought, because you were having fantasy dreams of what this look would come out to be. And I was fantasizing, how is this going to come out? Please let it come out. So I'm going to dip into both the green and that dark brown a couple times to make it really, really, really rich. And put that out here. Now the reason I did that is because I want it really, really rich. No denying that, right? But I'm going to use the green itself to blend it out, so it'll be a little brighter if it's too dark, or I feel if it'll be just right. It's coming out a little patchy where it needs to be built up, but almost fantasy perfect, if that makes sense. Like what I dreamt of perfect. So got to do that a couple times. Dip, dip, dip. Double dipping into both. And giving it a nice V. Well, that works a lot better, because the first time I used these colors singly by themselves. I did not mix them. I just did a gradient look, layered it up, not a smoky eye or anything, and my mom was like, oh, that's so pretty on you. And I was like, it's not what I like. So I put her away. But now I'm like, yeah, this is what you like. Why didn't you do this in the first place? Because I didn't expect to film it. You know, I didn't even think that anybody would want to know a lot of my techniques before I started this channel, because I don't know, I just didn't think that I had the skills. But in actuality, they've always been there. I'm just very modest, and sometimes I do a happy dance that when I know I've successfully done something that I really want. So that's just me. You know, I'm already starting to tear up behind it, because I'm just one of those girls that can't admit it when they say, oh, you're pretty, and I'm like, no, you're pretty, because I'm just here. Woo, see, now that green by itself to blend it out and in here totally brought that to life. Bright. Woo, that was too much. So that's why I didn't stop. I kept going. Like I have to spread it out a little bit more, because it is just that pigmented, but it's not. It's got its yeses and it's got its not. Woo. Sorry, got nostalgic on me. Talking about how much, you know, I do appreciate y'all compliments, and the only person who ever told me I was beautiful was my father. And I don't know if I want to say any of the men in my life call me beautiful, because I don't remember if any of them even thought about it. I don't remember them saying it. But my father would let me know how beautiful I was. And I know it was always because he didn't want me to wear makeup. So he would tell me, oh, you're so beautiful, why did you do that to your face? My grandfather too, he'd be like, girl, you are too cute, why do you do that to your face? Pretty women don't need all that. I said, I'm not a pretty woman, granddaddy. I'm still a lady. And ladies need all this. You know, we needed all this. And he would just give me the shrug, give me the look, you know. My grandfather's a character, you would love him. You would love him. So I'm going to use a pencil brush now, so that I can bring that green down. My eye is kind of watering, which is not bueno, but we're going to make it work. Doing the same double dip blend of both greens and bring it down to the lower lash line. Woo! And did not need any setting spray to make that pop at all. Whoa. Sorry, I had to pull it back a little bit. Stabbed myself in the eye. Alright, grab a clean blender and blend that out. So, let's see. So, my thoughts on this so far. Will be determined after the gold. And I hope we don't soil the look. I want to put the gold in between the green and the orangey yellow color. Let's see how it works without help. And let's see. Ooh. Okay. Right in the middle of that, putting on the glitter shimmer, the only shimmer in the palette, I got a brilliant idea. You know, I get them every once in a while. I forgot I'll use this liquid primer that has shimmer to it to kind of give it something to adhere to pop the color. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's get a concealer brush. That way I can carve that area out that I want. Uh-oh. Okay, there was a few rogue hairs on there. I was like, uh-oh, concealer brush going down. So I'm just going to put it right in this area that I really want it to coat. And kind of blend it out. She's spreading too much. Let me wipe that off a little bit. All else fails, I can go back over it with the back in it with the yellow. So I'm gonna tap that on there. Tap, tap, tap. While it's nice and wet. Oh yeah. Don't you just love that growing every time you do makeup? Like learning a new technique or seeing a new little sneak of something or thinking of something out of the pocket and it works like a charm. Oh my goodness, that worked like a charm. That was totally what I envisioned. Because I didn't want to go into an additional palette. I did not want to go into any additional products like a Kat Von D, you know, or something like that, you know, a different glitter itself. I wanted to just stick within this palette, including its mattes. And I'm so glad I did. Ooh. Let's do that on the other side. And tap that in before it dries. I'm not going to worry about blending anything at this moment. I'm just placing it. Ooh, look at how pretty that came out. Alright. I'm just tapping it where I see the wetness. And then go back in to blend it out. Bring it down, however I gotta do it, you know, to make sure it's nice and cohesive. Fingers work too. And I love that it's not, I'm not losing the glitter. It's not going into everything else. It's literally staying where I put the primer at. but I want it to be, you know, a seamless blend before I go back in and touch up that inner eye with the yellow. Oh yeah, okay, she stays. I don't feel any regret about keeping her. The only regret I feel is I should give her some more time out in the world. I don't usually do a lot of green. I do a lot of gold, and I have not done a lot of yellow. So this does something to me. It's making me feel something in a good way. I'm going to take a little bit of that concealer, that, not concealer, but that primer again. And I'll bring it underneath. Just to bring down some of that yellow. Not to make it pop or anything, just to really have it stick there. Because that's different for my skin tone. Like, it's a totally different dark lemony yellow, like a lemon that's gone bad. Kind of reminds me of a lemon that has gone bad, or going bad, because it's not very bright yellow. Alright, let's just go and blend this top part out again. Make sure she's nice and cohesive. We touch everything up again. Make sure we got a look every color on everybody like we wanted it. Make sure they're all nice and rich, because we lose a little bit of it every time we blend by with another color. And sometimes you gotta really, you know, go back in if you want it to be that pop. Now there's a green shimmer in here I've never used, and I don't want to soil the look, but I'm so down to put it under my eye. Yeah, I don't think that soiled it at all, putting it under the eye. Not at all. And it doesn't even look like it's a glitter shimmer. It literally just looks like, I don't know. It just looks like a matte. Let me check it out. But it's like it looks like a duochrome, right? But she went on like a matte, which is weird. Okay, so I'm just grabbing another fluffy brush and blend that out. Alright, I'm going to finish the eyes and the face and be back in a minute. Final thoughts. Fairy tales do come true sometimes, don't they? Because it sure did this time. This is something I thought of, and I'm living for it right now. It is so poison ivy, kind of smoky, but also a little mysterious. What I did is I used the Betty Boo mascara. It gave me a nice little false effect, which I think is nice. I used this Hikari purple lip as my liner and also as my base. I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna be like, what? Yeah. And that dark green duochrome all over my lips. And then I put the gold right on the top of my Cupid's bow. So, my final thoughts. I'm definitely going to rock this one again. This is a very pretty look, and I probably will change it up and even do the duochrome all over the eye. Because look at the lashes. Look at, these are my natural lashes, you guys, and the mascara did that. Thank goodness for Small Favors, because I was having a hard time trying to put my lashes on with one arm, and even though you do put them on with one arm, you do need a couple extra little assistant tools like your fingers. And since my hand it's still swollen and isn't up to par, we skipped it. But I love you, and have a wonderful, blessed, fantastic weekend, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.